From the butterfly guard, I want to do an arm drag on my opponent. So I come with my right hand and drag his arm inward. My other hand is going to go right to his gi pan, and I'm going to bring myself right in my opponent, underneath him. Then I'm going to roll over my shoulder, taking my opponent with me for the sweep, and I end up on side control. From the butterfly guard, I want to do an arm drag on my opponent. So I come with my right hand, I hook his arm, and I bring his arm toward me inside. Then I'm going to come and grab his gi pan with my hand, and I'm going to go and get inside my opponent underneath him. Then I'm going to roll over my shoulder, and I fall on until I end up on side control. An important detail is that when you're going to roll over, you have to roll over your shoulder, not over your neck. So when you roll over your shoulder, bring your opponent with you, fall on him, and then end up in side control. So that roll is very important. Because if you roll over your neck, you're going to hurt your neck. If you don't get your neck out of the way, you're going to get hurt, and it's going to be really hard for you to roll your opponent over. But if you get your head out of the side, out of the way, and roll over your shoulder, it'll be easy for you to roll and continue following your opponent till you end up in side control, on top of your opponent. Now from the sit-up guard, I want to make sure that I'm controlling my opponent's leg, and I do that with my leg. And then at the same time I'm controlling my opponent's foot with my hand. I'm going to bring his foot as close as possible to my body. So I go under my leg for that. And at the same time I'm controlling his gi lift with my left hand. So now I'm going to switch my grip. Now I'm going to grab his lift with my right hand, and I'm going to feed his lift through my left hand by me coming under his leg. And now I'm going to get a base with my foot and my hand. Then I'm going to sit up and drag his leg with me, sweeping my opponent over, and then I'm going to continue passing the guard. Now from the sit-up guard, I'm going to make sure that I control my opponent's leg and also his gi lift with my left hand. And my right hand will come right to his foot. So I'm going to bring his foot toward me as close as I can to my leg, and then I'm going to switch my grip from my left hand of his lift to my right, and then immediately I come under his leg and switch that grip again. I'm grabbing his gi lift with my left now. So now I sit up and I drag his foot with me, sweeping my opponent, and then I continue by passing his guard, and then end up on side control. For the 4-point position, I'm controlling my opponent, and I'm going to make sure that his gi lapel is loose. So my left will feed his gi lapel to my right hand. And then I'm going to switch my position on my opponent, and I'm going to come more towards his back. I want to reach his knee and open up his knee. My head is gonna come inside my opponent's body, and at the same time as I go on in, I flip my opponent over, trapping his leg. So when I get to the other side, I switch the control of his leg from his right to his left, so he cannot go nowhere. He cannot come on top of me, and he cannot get away from me. From the 4-point position, I'm going to feed my opponent's gi lapel from my left hand to my right hand, and then I'm going to come and get a better position on my opponent so I can reach for his knee. Once I reach to his knee, with my hand I open his knee, and then I'm going to bring my head inside my opponent's body, and hugging my opponent's leg, I roll him over for the sweep. And once I get there, I'm going to switch from the left leg to the right leg, because this way I have better control on my opponent.